And here I thought you were just another jacked up dumb shit.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
Okay.
But I was proven wrong.
I see. I see how this is going to go.
That's right. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a fast one.
Either that or I was going to be, what would you do if you could be normal? Just for an hour.
Please tell me. Tell me. Michael, tell me.
Tell me, Michael.
All right, so we're back with our full breakdown of Morbius.
I like that.
Yeah, Morbius.
Morbius.
We did trailer trash last week, or last episode, trailer trash. So yeah, this is part one. Do you want to refresh us? What this movie is?
Sure. So biochemist Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but he inadvertently infects himself with a form of vampirism instead.
Womp womp. It sounds like a bad doctor. So
yeah, not great.
Not great.
Well, I mean, also very smart.
Right.
Don't you remember him doing for release in the trailer?
Right. I'm also realizing that there was a ton of scenes in the trailer that definitely were not in the movie. Like a lot.
Yes. That's what I was just going to say. So, I mean, like getting into reactions to the trailer, right? Like, now that you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like for
nothing.
Yeah. But then you were right. Like you called out, like they had Michael Keaton show up as the Vulture. And I showed it in the trailer, and he's in the spoilers, but he's in the post credits. Like,
yep. And the lines from the post credit scene in the trailer, not the lines in the post credit, not in the movie at all. Just like most of the trailer was not in the movie, which I kind of appreciate.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, I think it was like what 80. I'd say probably 80% of the trailer wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, absolutely, easily.
Right, like.
Like the trailer was filmed very deceptively, and that's what I was getting at too. When I was saying like it's way better than the trailer makes it look. The trailer made it look awful.
yeah. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with like a little trickery of the trailer, trailer trickery. Especially like the movies that you don't want to get totally spoiled, because sometimes they just give too much away in trailers. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, I kind of, I think I almost prefer this, where it's like, oh no, I'm promised nothing. Nothing was delivered correctly.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. So daily expectations, though, I thought there was gonna be a documentary about Jared Leto and him taking blood from people, and that's how he stays young for, it's not. I mean, it actually is that, but not,
and like, mailing it inside used condoms to co-stars or something, as he's known to do.
Yeah, I think he went method. He became an actual vampire in this movie.
That makes sense.
But overall, I think like the trailer we kept talking about. I don't know if we talked about this, but it's pretty generic. The movie itself, like
I said about Venom, kind of like it's fun in that it's just like a fun kind of actiony, stupid movie. Like you can throw it on the background, not
pay attention, and then yeah,
be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I've seen enough.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch Interview with the Vampire now. All right, quick info.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so this was directed by Daniel Espinosa.
Okay, who's that?
That's this guy. And he's not done a lot of stuff. Actually, the one thing on here you will know, because I think you like this movie, is that movie Life that was on Netflix.
One with Ryan
Reynolds.
Seen that movie?
Yeah, one with Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
right? Wasn't it that? I think that's that one.
Yeah, no, it is that one.
Yeah.
I don't remember enjoying that.
Oh,
did I famously enjoy that?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to gaslight you right now, but
okay. Oh God, I don't think I've seen this.
So he's the stuff he did before. So he's done Safe House. That's another Ryan Reynolds, Denzel Washington movie, which is not good.
I haven't seen that one either.
Child 44's got Tom Hardy in it, I think. And
interesting.
I did want to see that one. I don't. It's been on my list. And Gary Oldman. So
what?
And then he did Life, and then he did this, and then that's
Oh crap! I mean, this guy's like pretty legit then.
Yeah. I mean, those 3 movies he's done in a row. I mean, there are, I mean, life wasn't that good, but
interesting.
Good enough to get him a superhero movie. So
yeah.
Screenwriters behind this. It's a duo. I looked up their credits, and they come as a pair here. They worked on the same stuff. So we got Matt Sazama, and
Okay.
ready for this name, Burke Sharpless.
Oh, that's a good name.
Sounds like a made up name.
Yeah, Burke Sharpless. Yeah.
So like someone went on Name Generator and just like, yeah, there we go, Burke Sharpless.
Yeah, we'll get Ryan Smalls on the list of made up names, made up sounding people.
So the two of them, I think, come together. Like they're kind of a package too, because like all their credits are the same here. So they both obviously did Morbius. They worked on Lost in Space though, the one on Netflix, which I really enjoyed.
Oh, I watched the first episode and I also really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So they did that. They did the new Power Rangers back in 2017.
Oh no,
the Mighty Morbin Power Rangers.
Yeah, was that good?
I don't think so. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Me neither.
My time with the Power Rangers is over.
Yeah, I mean, I used to love Power Rangers back in the day.
Likewise. Gods of Egypt, which I don't remember. I think that's with the guy from Game of Thrones there. And it's pretty terrible.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe our buddy G-Butts is in that too. So there you go.
Global Butts.
Yep. And then The Last Witch Hunter. And then one of their first ones was Dracula Untold. So they're big into vampires.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
I can see how they got here.
All right. So who's in this this piece of generic pie? We got Jared Leto. Jared Leto playing Dr. Michael Morbius.
Yep. He's a top 20 Jared, probably.
Yeah. Not better than the Jared here. We got
Of course not.
Jared
I'm assuming I'm one.
Yeah. Yes. That's right. The episode of Jared's, yeah.
Yeah. The best Jared. You just get worse from here.
It's all downhill. Matt Smith, who plays Milo / Lucian. Is that right? That's his real name?
Lucian, yeah.
But he's Milo. So his BFF from childhood.
Yeah.
Sick Bros. Adria Arjona, who plays Dr. Martine Bancroft.
Dr. Martine Bancroft,
maybe the second or third best Jared. Jared Harris plays Dr. Emil Nichols.
Yeah, talented Jared.
Yeah. Tyrese Gibson, not a Jared. He's Agent Simon Stroud.
Okay.
Al Madrigal plays Agent Rodriguez. And Sam Wilkinson as the soccer guy. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. So that's it. That's who's in this movie, I think, right? That's everyone.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
box office and production stuff. So this globally made 162 million, 768.
Oh my God.
461.
That's way too much money. Like why did people go? I mean, I guess, and that's what I mean. Like there's definitely, like we already know there's going to be sequels, right?
Yeah. And my question is, do you think this would have done better if like the release window actually hit the window it was supposed to hit? Like it was originally supposed to come out in July of 2020.
Maybe.
And then I think I think the marketing got a little fumbled. And everyone's just
I could see that. Also
the trailer, like, it doesn't show you anything, which is fine, but it's also just who cares? Like, who cares?
Yeah. Who cares? I mean, it made 4,300 fanatics at the box office. So who's going to complain about that?
Yeah. Pretty even split, domestic and international, 73 million, 88 and international, and then on a budget of 75 million. So
you more than double your money. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah. So you made some change, but
you more than doubled your money. What do you mean it's made some change?
We don't include the marketing budget in this. So
sure, Brett. We're talking, international here. Videotapes probably.
Oh yeah. I forgot to pull those numbers. So
DVDs.
Yeah, the old DVDs.
Airplane rentals.
Renting on an airplane, being like, you know what I want to watch right now? Morbius for $6.99.
Pay money for, yeah. Perfect.
So yeah, that's all the production and box office stuff. So in Rotten Tomatoes, this sits at 15% on the tomato meter and 71% with the audience. But I feel like that's not real.
No, dude. I think there's a lot of loud, angry people that were complaining about it, but like, it's kind of fun. It's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst.
No, right? I think it's also maybe kind of a joke though, right? Like 71%.
What? No.
No?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I think people are like,
I think people jokingly gave it a good review.
Yeah, I think they're like kind of like, yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man.
So I never read any of the Morbius comics. Like I know the character and stuff like this. Did you?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, like he's a good Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, and then, but I mean, how were you, like? Do you feel like this like did him justice?
But mostly, I think it was mostly fine. It was funny when you were doing the classic Transylvania vampire accent earlier because Spider-Man animated series Morbius also has kind of a weird Transylvania accent, which is funny because I mean the character is Greek, like that's real, but also like in the movie that we just watched, he has a perfect American accent.
Oh yeah.
since he was a boy, like doesn't make any sense at all.
Nope.
But other than that, like pretty close. I mean, like he does have a child. They kind of conflated the characters of Milo and the doctor, because like
Dr. Nichols, the other Jared.
Yep, exactly. Nicholas there, because he in the comics when he's a boy he has a friend who is also interested in like science and nerd stuff that then he eventually like hires to be like a doctor with him at a lab, and like he's like a research assistant kind of thing.
Okay.
So they kind of like mix those two together. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty, I don't know, close enough. There's some things that I don't like that they, I don't know, made stupid, but
we'll call them out as we go through it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll call them out as we go through it.
My mistake too. I keep calling him Dr. Nichols. It's Dr. Nicholas.
Nicholas, right. It's Nicholas.
Typo on my part.
What's his last name?
No, Nicholas is his last name.
Oh, I thought it was Nicholas something.
No, it's Dr. Emil. Emil Nicholas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the kid's name in the comics is Emil. That's his like friend.
Okay.
His friend, Doctor. Yeah.
Other smart guy.
Right, exactly.
All right, so that's it. I mean, I don't know. Do you have any other bit of quick info you want to know?
No. And like I mentioned to you in Trailer Trash, like I did appreciate that they made Martine like a bigger character in the movie.
Yeah, and then they kind of tease something. They tease something up at the very end with her, right?
Right. Yep. Well, yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Or do they?
Or do they?
All right. Why don't you Hollywood pitch me, motherfucker?
Okay.
Hollywood pitch me, motherfucker. That's my like clown.
Very good.
Very good.
It's my Greek vampire. Windex.
We just alienated all of our vampire listeners. Like, now they're doing vampire accents.
Greek vampire listeners. So, little BTS for the listeners on this one. Russ and I were dumbstruck trying to figure out our pitches for this one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to pitch.
It is.
Please excuse our laziness. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled good pitches later. But I'm prefacing that with this because my pitch is X-Men Last Stand. The Last Stand meets the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1.
I see what you're doing here. Yeah.
So one, love a good plug. Self-plug. Go listen to the episode we did on Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Yeah. It's a great one. It's a good one.
Yep. And X-Men Last Stand we couldn't do. I think that's like over 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it not eligible.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's people liked it. I don't know. It's not the worst X-Men movie, I don't think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
it's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
But it's not the worst, probably. But anyway, so some similarities in X-Men, right? One, there's like in The Last Stand, this is when they developed the cure for being a mutant, remember?
Right.
Kind of like they're working on this cure the whole time here. It's like, kind of unethical in both.
Yep. Always is.
I don't know. That's kind of the similarities in there, I guess. But
nice job.
No, but also in this one, the villain. So in Morbius, the villain becomes Milo at some point.
Yeah,
his friend. Magneto generally the villain that's not the government. The government is also the villain in general. But also Magneto. And Magneto, like Milo, is kind of like hey, we've got powers now. We're better than people. We should be should be the ones in charge here. Right, exactly.
Right.
Like, why stifle ourselves because, we're special now.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that logic.
No, flawless logic. So
what could go wrong?
Right, exactly. And I guess that's probably where the similarities mostly end.
Okay. Yep.
At the end, Magneto gets depowered. Spoilers for X-Men: The Last Stand.
Yep. Right. Just normal guy now. Oh.
Right at the very end there, when he's like,
"Oh, not sure." Yeah.
Plays chess by himself, like a character in this movie.
Solo chess. That sounds so boring.
I guess that's it. So meets the Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn Part 1. Couple of reasons. Not sure if you know this. That movie was about vampires.
Oh, I thought it was just about relationships.
Nope. Wrong you were, buddy.
What movie did I watch then?
I couldn't tell you. This one was about vampires. And not just vampires, but vampires that don't obey traditional vampire rules. Like they can be out in the sun, just like Morbius.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Because he's not non-traditional vampire.
Yeah. He's juicing, that's all.
Yep. He's also trying to find a way to not drink human blood. They're vegetarian vampires, only drinking animals. He's going off artificial blood for a good while here.
Yeah.
As long as he can.
Yeah.
What other similarities? They do a stupid teaser for the next one at the end when Bella wakes up with red eyes.
Yep.
Just
classic.
like Martine wakes up with red eyes at the end of this one. Spoilers.
I think you have to say spoilers before you say the spoiler, by the way.
No, I say it afterwards. Always say it afterwards. And the love story is kind of shoehorned in and it's stupid, just like the whole Twilight series.
The entire saga.
Yeah. Just like in Morbius.
Yes.
And I think that's it.
That's pretty good. I like that. I'm into it.
Thanks. And I wish that there was more weddings in Morbius. So wishful thinking also.
I always want more vampire weddings. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. What do you got? Pitch me.
I will. Okay. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hurry.
So back off. Not. I went with it's The Fugitive meets Batman Begins.
Ooh, okay. Spicy.
Yeah, The Fugitive I'm kind of excited about. So The Fugitive.
Maybe you did a good job after all.
I think I did actually.
Okay.
The Fugitive, about a doctor.
Familiar. Yep.
Yeah. Who's minus the murder of the wife, but he's just on the run from the government. Wow.
These things happen.
Spoilers. Just like this movie, he's trying to escape the law, right? And to prove that he did not murder someone, right? So in this one, right? So meets Batman Begins because again, origin story.
Sure.
Pretty obvious. The bats too.
Oh right, yeah. Good call.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bat similarities there. So, but
British
that's
guy.
British guy. Yep. So that's about as far as it goes.
One conspicuous British guy.
There's always one. You're always like, he's the villain.
Yeah. Alfred.
Okay. He dresses nice and he's got that accent.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it ends there. I think that's it. I just went for the easy origin story / bats.
Yeah, I like it.
Bats in a cave.
Yeah, straightforward, to the point.
Yeah. And that's it.
All right. Great job.
Yeah. I actually think I would make that. I mean, The Fugitive meets Batman Begins. I think that sounds like kind of a good movie.
Does it have Harrison Ford?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll watch that. As Alfred.
The crankiest butler ever.
Yeah. Doing a British accent.
Yeah. Just being Harrison Ford doing a British accent. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. People call him out on it the whole movie.
Yeah.
You could stop doing that. Why do you insist?
No, please stop.
Okay. Time for fast facts?
Yeah. There's few. There's quite a few here, but I'm gonna motor through them, I think, right?
Okay. Motor.
So the first one is the film generated. I think you remember, right? Generated a ton of kind of internet fantasticness and memes and whatever that praised it and also caused it to trend numerous times. Right? I remember this.
Yeah.
It kept coming up, and I was like, I think everyone's
Great
being
movie.
a little sarcastic about it.
I don't think so.
And Sony was like, you know what? Let's jump on this and try to make more money, right? So they saw it as a renewed interest in the movie and decided to re-release it in theaters in June of this year. It didn't translate to box office success, so as the movie only made an average of $289 per theater.
What?
Yes,
I mean,
that's then it
more than nothing.
So the fun part about this too is that basically media outlets were basically calling out the movie had bombed a second time.
Aww.
So yeah, not many times you see a movie bomb twice. So.
I get, bomb your way to profits. bomb your way to double your money.
Yeah,
Easy
Sony's like $289. Yeah,
that's more than they had yesterday.
Pie in your face.
Exactly.
This is annoying Jared Leto stuff. You ready?
Perfect. Great. He
committed to the role committed to capturing Michael Morbius's limping state and used crutches. No. And used crutches even off camera. He was all in because we know Jared Leto, right? He's all in.
Yeah.
It proved to be troublesome for the crew at times when the actor reportedly took 45-minute treks to the bathroom.
What?
Pushing him in a wheelchair was a loophole solution to get around the delays.
What?
What an asshole!
I appreciate that. Just trying to get in the character's head. Called acting, Russ.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a genius.
The name of the cargo ship in the beginning of the movie is the Murnau.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? As in F.W. Murnau, the director of the classic vampire movie Nosferatu.
Oh, that is a fun one.
Yeah. So like cargo ship in Nosferatu. The Marnu arrives in port with its entire crew dead and drained of blood.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a fun one.
That's great.
New York scenes were all filmed in Manchester's Northern Quarter, United Kingdom, the old UK.
Weird.
Yeah,
that sounds expensive.
City light signs and license plates were changed to match those found in New York.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. Tax credits, maybe.
Fascinating. Okay.
J.K. Simmons originally filmed scenes as J. Jonah Jameson for this movie. And the time that elapsed between the film's original shoot and the production of Spider-Man No Way Home became evident to filmmakers that Morbius did not actually exist in the same universe as Simmons' version of J. Jonah Jameson. As a result, Simmons' scenes were removed from the film.
It took them to the third one to figure out that they're not playing in the same party.
Yeah, this is again Sony
they did Venom already.
It's just called a little bit of planning and Google searching.
Okay.
Subway scene. There's several ads, posters seen in the background with the names Thomas and Kane, a nod to Roy Thomas and Gil Kane, who are the creators of Morbius.
Okay.
Which I spotted one in the subway when Milo and him fought. In the back there was like a Thomas and Kane ad. I was like, that's cool.
Cool.
What do we got in here? So when Michael goes to the hospital shortly after turning, as he reads the chart, the intercom says the name Michael Corvin. I missed this. This is the name of another vampiric character from the Underworld series of films. Wow, that's a deep cut.
Oh, interesting. Weird.
In his first appearance, Corvin was going through the final stages of becoming a surgeon.
So did they made Underworld canon in the Sony Marvel universe?
Sounds like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's fun.
You want another Jared Leto annoying fast fact here?
Yeah.
Okay. He claimed that Michael Morbius' personality was close enough to his own that he didn't find it necessary to use his famous method approach in his portrayal of the character. Despite how much fun he had, he still found the role quite challenging due to it being less character-driven than his previous performances.
Oh my God.
I'm very mixed on Jared Leto.
I love him. He's a character.
I think he. Yeah, I'm mixed on.
He's
him.
He's a dirtbag character, and I appreciate that about him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It feels Feels
I've seen him in person once. Pretty close. Yeah,
two Jareds in one spot. Holy shit!
I know. At a 30 Seconds to Mars concert.
I'm gonna let that sit for. You went to a 30 Seconds to Mars concert?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in high school they were good. First of all, and second of all, it was at like Taste of Chaos, like one of those
like the
big lineup shows. Yeah, like a Atreyu was like playing after them or something. Like, it was a sick show. Like Avenged Sevenfold was playing. I don't know, all kinds of good bands.
Wow. Okay.
Under Oath opened, I think. Like, great show.
Hey, I'm not gonna,
whatever 30 Seconds to Mars. Okay. It was very theatrical, as you can imagine.
Okay, so moving on. It's the film's director, Daniel Espinosa, directed the sci-fi horror movie Life, which we talked about, which was rumored to be a predecessor to Venom, which I did not hear or know that.
Oh, did I see Life?
But now I'm thinking about it, it's like, oh yeah, okay. I can totally see the same threads there. So
yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so more Jared Leto stuff, because according to Jared Leto, this first movie is a quote unquote first date, and he envisions many more Morbius movies to come.
I told you.
Buckle up, get ready. This is the stupid shit he says. Like, come on, man. We're just getting to know each other, Leto said. This is us kind of at that first step forward. And I just think if you look at Wolverine, you look at Batman, you look at a lot of these films and they evolve over time, there's a relationship develops there, and who knows? But the Sinister Six head to head with Spider-Man, we'll see what the future holds.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, more money, right?
Yeah. I mean, the last one, like, basically did a Sinister Six anyway. I think that it's only a matter of time till they actually do that.
It's just a matter of time, right? So
I love Sinister Six. It's fun.
Yeah, no, that's fun. So there's a scene in the movie where Morbius promises Martine Bancroft that he won't go quote unquote full Dracula. Obviously, this is another reference to the classic vampire story by Bram Stoker. So I didn't know this stuff, though. Dracula first appears in 1950's Suspense #7 as part of the anthology comic book, but he's since gone on to be a big villain for Blade and the Avengers, which I didn't.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know that? No, yeah.
He's got a very similar origin to the typical story, except that he's also fought Earth's mightiest heroes over the years. Most recently, Dracula has set up his own kingdom of vampires in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Like, I always forget that, there's so many like real characters that are outside of Marvel that Marvel has just co-opted.
Yeah. There's like a million
Greek gods. Let's just make them comic book characters instead. Dracula? Well, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah. So keep going here. Jared Leto, right?
Please.
Again, right? He explained that he opted to avoid prosthetic makeup for his character's monstrous transformation. Quote, initially we were going to use prosthetics, but I really fought for CG! ! Obviously, it's the future, and it was exciting to work with these incredible people that are on the cutting edge of technology. I just thought it would give us a lot more freedom.
So smart.
Yeah, right? Leto, no stranger to prosthetics after portraying Paolo Gucci in the House of Gucci, compared the two processes. Well, it's exciting. The mask is interesting for an actor because it conceals, but it also can reveal a part of who you are, he said. Wearing prosthetics can be fascinating. It can affect the way you move and express. Conversely, CG has its limitations and its benefits. Thanks, Jared.
It's perfect.
That's not so much a fast fact as like a quick quote.
Yeah, I like it.
Quick quotes. That's fun.
Ooh. Spicy. I got a quick quote for you. I don't know if I did I cut it if I said it in Trailer Trash already. I can't remember or not, but doing some very light digging on this. And saw an interview with Matt Smith about the flop, the theater flop, right?
Yep.
And he's just like, it's just a movie. We're not saving lives. I was like, that's a good quote.
That's a pull quote right there.
Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
So just a couple more here. This is just a confirmation of a fact that's within the movie. There's a scene where he's breaking a guy's hand and he goes through, talking about how many bones. So there are indeed 27 bones in the human hand, 3 in each finger apart from 2 in the thumb, 5 metacarpals, long bones in the center of the hand, and 8 small bones near the wrist. So there you go.
I mean, I was like, why would you make that up?
Yeah, right. It's kind of like a
like if you make that up, then I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah. Morbius originally had a cameo appearance in Blade, 1998, the original one, but the scene was deleted. Writer David S. Goyer also wanted to include him in Blade 2, but Marvel wouldn't allow it as they had already struck a deal with Artisan Entertainment to produce a standalone Morbius film.
Oh, huh.
So
way back then.
Yeah. Pokemon was used as an influence on the portrayal of Morbius's powers, specifically the singling out the series use of light and color to portray the title creature's attacks and abilities.
What?
Hey, you get ideas.
I think someone just wrote that.
Matt Smith, who plays Lucian Milo there, had previously played Doctor Who. The Doctor had faced off with a rival Time Lord named Morbius in 1976 in the Doctor Who 1963 four-parter The Brain of Morbius.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's like a 6 degrees of separation kind of one, right?
Yeah, I like that.
And then kind of the last one here, really, Morbius ends up wrecking a neon sign for the Wyman Hotel. There is a Wyman Hotel located in Colorado, but not in New York City. The name was chosen as an Easter egg for a Marvel artist named MC Wyman.
Okay.
And that was it. And then the last bit I had was just a handful. We already talked about it, though, was the scenes in the trailer that were not in the movie. And there was there's easily 5, 6, 7 different scenes that were in the trailer that were not in the movie, even dialogue. So
yeah, wild.
And that's it. Those are all the fast facts.
Love it.
I think I did that pretty fast. So
yeah, relatively efficient. Great job.
For how many there were. So
sure, yeah. Good volume.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it, right? Let's do what we come here to do.
The podcast.
Week after week, episode after episode, right?
That's right. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, all million of them, right? What are we up to, million listeners now?
At least.
Just not anyone from Idaho.
Yeah. If you know someone in Idaho, listeners, tell them, for the love of God, please download an episode of It's This Meets That.
Yeah.
We're so close. The last state.
Yes. And then this could potentially all be done. I don't know. No, then we go global. Then we're like we need every country. So
we're in like 100 countries already. So we got to be in more countries.
Yes.
More countries.
More. All right. So opening credits, pretty straightforward here, right? You got Sony, you got Columbia Pictures in association with Marvel. So I don't think any money laundering going on, but I don't know. Maybe it's
just
the big
regular
kind.
amount. Yeah, exactly.
It's the big kind.
Yeah, the kind no one gets in trouble for.
Yeah. And then it's weird. It starts with like I was kind of into like the opening credit, like it had like this weird 90s
colors.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool, but they did it for like 2 seconds, and then it was just and it just morphed into Morbius, the Morbius title. I was like, oh, I thought there was gonna be more of that.
Nope, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And then we're in what is it, Cerro de la Muerte, Jungle of the Dead, in Costa Rica. We get the helicopters, kind of some stuff from the trailer, but we get a helicopter flying in. It's got a container, right?
Through the jungle to a cave with bat sounds.
Yeah. So yeah, we get to the bat cave, and then we get we get an early warning from the guy, the pilot there. He's like, we don't want to be here when it gets dark and whatever. It's like, okay,
classic.
And then Morbius, he hops out, crutched up, and and then strangely they have like a very exposition-y conversation, just in case if you didn't know who Michael Morbius was at all. The pilot's like, he's like, hey, are you a doctor?
Yes.
Are you the smartest doctor on the planet that plays chess with himself?
Basically.
Yes. Basically. Ugh, stop asking me.
Some say.
And then some of the stuff from the trailer is where we get this scene where Crocodile Dundee's his hand with his big machete. That's not a knife.
Yeah, they're setting a trap. They're trying to capture some bats.
Yeah. He's got like this container, right? And they're flying.
Bat trap.
Bat trap, right? Yeah. And then, the bats come flying out, seen from the trailer, one of the few. And
more exposition about what bats are, in case you didn't know bats.
Yes. Yep. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And vampire bats drink blood and also blood stuff. And I don't care about this.
Yeah. Like we don't, silence is okay. We don't need dialogue all the time.
Nope. Then this transition between scenes. Did you call that out? Because they also don't do it ever again.
It's like it was like from like a James Bond movie, like an old one or something, or like like an old movie where it like does like the zoom, like the zoom in circle. I forget what that's exactly called. Yeah. Transition shot.
I was like, what? Greece 25 years earlier. Okay.
All right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, good choice.
So yeah, we get Mike, young Michael here. He's playing solo chess in the hospital, and then we get the younger kid showing up. He's also has some disease. He's sick, right?
Yeah, which in canon Morbius comics, he didn't really happen. Kind of like he wasn't like in like a group home kind of thing with somebody taking. It was his mom. Like his mom is a big character, which I thought was kind of interesting. That's kind of a big backstory change because his mom is like. He's a big mama's boy. It comes back a lot. His single mom raising him in Greece with his medical problems, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, so a little bit different, but they had to shoehorn in the doctor friend / Milo, but not Milo.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you couldn't figure out that this kid's going to turn into the villain, I mean, it's like, yeah, of course he's going to be the villain, right? Even if you didn't see the trailer, know anything about the comics, you're just like, okay, yeah, this
he just seems like a bastard.
Yeah. And then it's like it kind of goes into almost like a semi-montagey kind of thing, right? Where they're becoming friends, and it's like kind of showing them doing things over time, and Michael's kind of voiceovering while he's doing this.
Thankfully, it's nothing like a kissing booth montage where it's like they're all short, because they do a bunch of montage in this movie, but they're all very short.
Yes, yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, and it's just talking about how tough it is to be a sick kid. And then there's a scene where Milo collapses and no one's around to help.
Yeah,
and,
so scary.
Yeah, Michael crawls over and he does a little fuse trick with the medical device to keep Milo alive.
Yeah, it takes a pen apart, uses the spring from the pen to fix the machine. You're like, oh my God.
Wow.
In case I wasn't aware by this kid doing origami and playing chess by himself, he's definitely smart.
Either that or he's breaking this thing.
Right, exactly.
And then there's a quick chat with Jared Harris, third best Jared. When we get a little nod to X-Men there. Oh, that could have been your other connection to your X-Men Last Stand.
Yeah, one of we're like, I know we're burning through scenes here in a good way, but one other thing that I think is funny to call out, was like in the introduction when he first meets Milo. Yeah. Like we didn't talk about like that was kind of a funny bit where he's like, oh yeah, he just starts calling him Milo, and he's like, no, my name's Lucian. I said Lucian. Yeah. And he's like, no, you're new Milo. Like I don't remember what happened to last Milo, but and I definitely don't remember the first Milo. But kid in that bed is Milo for sure.
So there you go. You are Milo now.
That's like the whole bit, which is like then hilariously adopted also by the doctor friend.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, well I'll take good care of Milo. Don't worry. It's like, what? What? Call that kid by his name. No wonder he's a villain,
right? It's not my name.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, it's a good point because it is pretty funny and kind of goofy. So then he meets with the doctor, Jared Harris here, right? Dr. Nicholas, right? Mm-hmm. We do get a little nod to X-Men, right?
Yep.
I got a friend together.
And that's what like I don't think so. I don't know. I think
it is. I don't know. Everywhere I was reading it was a nod, right?
Thais said that too. Thais was in the room for 5 minutes of this movie. This was one of those minutes. And she was like, oh, like X-Men? And I was like, I mean,
are there other school for gifted kids in New York?
No, but I mean, yes, like definitely. Like there's like regular schools for gifted regular kids in New York because he doesn't have any. He's just smart. He doesn't have like powers. He's just a smart kid. So like I think they literally just mean an accelerated program in New York somewhere. Like they're not talking about.
Oh, X-Men. Come on.
Definitely not.
What do you mean?
Because then they send him to the school, and it's not fucking X-Men school.
No, but he says he can't. But there's a reason why he doesn't go to that school, though. He says it.
No, he does go to the school. No, he goes to the school, and then turns into the genius Nobel laureate. Like everything goes great for him after that. He's like, Milo, I'll be back in the summer, but I'm going to this fucking school. That's why he leaves. Remember?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he goes to the special school in New York. It's not X-Men, but But it's funny that you.
You think it's just you think they're just doing a play on it? Then it just seems really weird. It seems really stupid to call out. Like,
I get yes,
it's not the thing.
Yeah. But like that's like a term for there's like a school for gifted kids. Like that's like a regular. That's not just a
sure. But, yeah. Okay. Sure.
Okay. I guess everything in any movie about someone with powers means it's an X-Men reference.
Yes, we're in the Marvel universe. Of course, everything is connected. Like,
but we're in the Sony Marvel universe. It's not even close to the Fox.
Yeah, that's why I thought. Well, yeah. I mean, they don't have that anymore. But
right. Anyway. Yeah. So I know what you mean. So did Thais.
Yeah.
You guys can fight me on that later.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he again goes to that school and becomes a genius doctor. That's what.
Yeah, I don't remember the.
They just gloss over that, and they show because then he goes basically after the note is when the Nobel Prize thing is. So we got to do the note scene first, and then.
Yeah. So then Michael leaves a note for Lucian there, Milo, right?
Always leave a note.
Always leave a note. So I'm going to leave you. I'm just going to leave you a note.
Oh.
Bye, Jared.
What if you could be normal just for an hour?
And you're going to read the note and the wind's going to come through and it's going to grab it from your hand and blow it out the window.
Yeah, and then some kids are going to bully me.
Yeah. Hey, what you got there? Note.
50-year-old man. At that point.
Surrounded by
doing the podcast for 20 years.
You got anything to say now, funny guy?
I'm going to a school for gifted kids. Oh God, don't go to you're retired. Are you going to teach there? Like,
and
kids don't watch you.
And no, I'm not going to that gifted school in upstate New York. No, it's not that one. It's the other one. It's a real one.
It's for the school for the kids with donkey brains. Okay.
So Milo goes to go get his note from his buddy there, and and then he gets bullied, and these kids,
which Milo strikes first.
He does actually. He crutches right in the face of one of the kids, and then
preemptive attack.
Hey, preemptive strike. Sometimes you gotta, when you're surrounded, you gotta.
Well. And then the other kids beat the shit out of him, like right after, because obviously. Yeah. Showing us, I think, that he can't control his anger. Milo's
he's got some
unreliable.
Yeah, he's got some temper issues here.
Mm-hmm.
They kick the shit out of him, and then Dr. Nichols comes around. He's like, "Hey, stop that! Oh, try to stop that right now."
Hey, governor, stop that!
Stop that right now. And Milo just he can't stop. Won't stop.
GameStop.
Jesus.
Not a sponsor.
Cut to the Nobel Prize ceremony, right?
Right, exactly. After special school.
Not the one we're talking about, but the other one.
Right. Michael has now apparently invented artificial blood that has saved more lives than penicillin, which I don't know if you know, Russ, but penicillin, kind of a big deal.
No, please tell me more.
So rough estimates, because I did the research here. ITMT, we're famous. Shout out to Ryan Smalls.
Yeah, data analyst.
Feeding me stats. we got the man in the booth. Penicillin has saved rough estimate 200 million lives roughly since its invention. More than that with his artificial blood that he invented in like the 80s, probably because he's, I don't know, or like the 90s because like recently, seemingly.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so within a few years, apparently has saved hundreds of millions of lives. That's bonkers. 200
million plus one.
Like this guy would be one of the most famous people on the planet.
Yeah,
right.
I think he is, isn't he?
The rest of the movie doesn't suggest that. Other than like the two people he interacts with, because he doesn't interact with anyone. Like,
that's true.
There's no regular characters in this movie. Everyone's like, oh, we're either the FBI guys or we're Matt Smith or we're
Bancroft.
Martine, right? Yeah. Exactly. There's no other characters in this movie. But he's absolutely one of the most famous men in the world at this point, which also not true of comic book Morbius, who is like a well-regarded scientist.
Yeah,
and, like, you know, is like a Nobel Prize winning scientist, but not like
not
saved hundreds of millions of lives.
We're not talking penicillin famous here.
Bananas, yeah.
So Nicholas is giving the speech about how awesome Dr. Morbius is here.
Yeah.
And then we cut to cut to New York City. At first I thought this was like a children's hospital, but this is the Horizons lab, right?
Yeah, it's like,
which I'm sure is a big comic book thing, right? I don't.
It's a special school for
God damn you.
Gifted sick kids.
Okay. All right. Not the X-Men Academy.
DVD. Could be Underworld Academy, apparently.
Yeah. So this is the Horizons lab, right? Where he works and also lives here? I was confused. Like his office
he lives
was
in
like,
an apartment.
Okay.
He's just here a lot. That's part. He's a workaholic. Like Jared Leto, you know, famously identifies with the character of Morbius. Right. He's just a Nobel Prize winning, saved hundreds of millions of lives scientist who's accomplished so much and can't stop working because he'll do anything to save the lives of children and himself.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
the same as Jared Leto.
Yes.
As we all know.
As we all know.
They're basically the same person. That's why he didn't have to do method acting.
Right. That's why he didn't have to cut his hair. So yeah, he's in the room with a kid who's sick, right?
Yeah, sick kid. Yeah.
Yeah, sick kid. He's basically doing all of his experiments on, I think.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look good. And he looks terrifying with the gloves he's wearing. So it's okay.
And we're talking about the news that he rejected the Nobel Prize because, of course, it's also front page news that he rejected the Nobel Prize. Like, again, one of the most famous men in the world.
It's the Daily Bugle. No one reads that, right? Or was it the New York Post?
Yeah, tomato.
So yeah, then we get intro to Bancroft here, and then we kind of cut quickly into her. We kind of getting an exposition of what he's working on, right?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, the one sin of this movie, like the sin of Kissing Booth is montages to death. The sin of this movie is so much exposition. Like, yeah,
there's a ton of.
Does our wealthy benefactor Milo know what we're doing here? Oh, okay. Well, thanks for filling us in on the last 25 years.
So that's what he's been up to.
Yeah. Oh, he's just a wealthy benefactor now. Great.
And Bancroft calls him out for playing with bat DNA. Playing with bat DNA.
Yeah. And I love, like, she's like strolling around the lab and she like discovers the bat tank and he's like, oh, those are my friends from Costa Rica. Don't be coy. Why? Who wrote this script? And then they don't. Thankfully, they don't do it like they did in the trailer, where they bash us over the head with how smart he is every 2 seconds with like fur release things. But they do it periodically, like where they're like, oh, of course he uses the first 6 digits of pi backwards as his password for everything. What? That's not even a secure password. And it's only 6 characters.
It's literally just a string of digits. Like, it's pretty easy to crack.
A string of known digits. Like, like a pattern of digits. So smart.
Yeah, genius.
Yeah. So then they do exposition about how he's giving her plausible deniability. More exposition about vampire bats and how they have unique anticoagulants that like help with blood things. And
blah, blah, blah. What does it all mean, Jared?
Right. Exactly. And this is, it would be a cure, but at what cost?
Yeah.
And then goes on to do a bunch of bullshit about how, well, like, this isn't crazy. Like, viruses have merged with our DNA over the last 50,000 years. She's like, that's not the same.
Yeah.
Like, thank God Martine's in this movie.
More I was watching this movie, I was like, man, this movie definitely came out at the wrong time. Wrong time, wrong animal.
Oh God.
So he does more science, right? He's got bad DNA in the old bat DNA and the old shaker there, right? And he gives a rat a little dose.
Yep, exactly.
Rat collapses and it looks like it's a failure, right? Like,
yeah. Test 117, I believe.
Yeah. Well, test 117. I guess I got to go back to the smart drawing board, right? And then reminder, he's doing to save people like his friend Milo, right?
And
then we get suddenly the girl who's in the in the other room. She starts freaking out and
like she's dying immediately.
Yeah, I didn't get the point. Was this again just to show like how awesome he is or something?
I think it's I think she has the same blood disorder as him. I think it's to show how like volatile it can be and like how touch and go he really is. Like
got it. That makes sense.
He hasn't really been vulnerable as an adult to us yet, so then we're making the children be the vulnerable ones.
I buy that. Okay. So then he comes in, gets her stable, whatever. But then Bancroft turns around and looks at
puts her in a coma to get her stable.
Wow. Things have to be done, right?
Yeah.
And then Bancroft turns around and we look at the cage where the rat was and it's alive.
Came back to life, yeah. Morbius is shocked.
Yep. Nailed it.
So cut to Morbius going to visit Milo at his mansion.
The old Milo mansion, yeah. So we've got Dr. Nicholas here, right? He's dosing up Milo with some juice here so he can, hit some more home runs.
Fresh
Morbius, blood. Get that fresh blood. Morbius shows up and then he's like, hey, you want to go for a walk?
yeah. Well, they do like to do a little bit of exposition backstory for Milo too, explaining the way the last 25 years of like apparently he's got a big gambling problem and is like in bed with the mafia somehow and like
the Russian mafia, wasn't it? Yeah, he's had some comment about it.
Unclear like where all his money came from, but it's like knowing that he's very wealthy at this point. Like he's got a bunch of security guards and like it's like a whole thing. And then they're like, let's go for a walk.
Yeah, very slow walk.
Yeah. So they pop out into the city.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, Milo starts asking about Martine, which is nice. He's a good friend.
Yeah. They're just talking about love and hey, guys like us don't
for that.
Yeah, guys like us don't get that, you know. Look at us, Dr. Morbius, the smartest guy on the planet who saved a gajillion lives. Like, yeah, you can't meet anyone.
I've read about love in books.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they get to their destination, apparently, which is the park. And at the park, Morbius tells Milo that he's actually close this time to the cure.
Yes.
It's ethically questionable, very expensive, highly experimental,
very dangerous,
not legal. Has to be done in international waters. And then Milo's like,
I'm in.
Is it dangerous? And he's like, well,
you're talking my kind of experiments there. I don't know why.
Does the sun shine? Does the Pope shit in the woods?
So he's all in, and then we get the old line of I'm your brother until the day you die, you know.
Till the day you die, brother. Till the day you die.
The day you die. It's like, oh, okay. I wonder what's gonna happen if they're gonna have to fight.
Yeah, thank God Milo's here bankrolling Morbius, by the way. What else would he? There's no way he could get this boat and this lab and all this cool shit.
No, there's no way he would become who he is without Milo's money. So
exactly. So have a little gratitude.
We're going to the international waters, man. So
finally,
that's where we record our podcast in international waters.
That's right. Everyone, ITMT listeners, longtime listeners will know we are not allowed in U.S. extradition countries these days. So all ITMT recorded and broadcast in international waters.
Yep, we are on a boat right now. We get he's doing some science stuff because that's what he does, right? He's a science guy.
That's right. Well, first we show the meatheads in the room playing cards.
Oh yeah, the red shirts, the guys who are going to definitely die.
Yeah, bunch of mercs.
Yeah, classic mercs.
Classic bunch of mercs. Everyone calls them mercs.
Henchman number 1, number 2.
Yeah. And then apparently somehow between the rat and now they've done another like 100 tests because when we cut to the lab with Morbius and Martine, and they've got the cell stable again, they're doing test number 243. Hey,
got to keep testing, you know?
Yeah, human trials. Like, when did they have time for that?
Well, you know, it probably took Mile a little bit to get the boat and secure all that sort of stuff, you know, get the lab built inside the cargo ship.
Yeah, maybe this was a month, I guess.
Could be. Who knows how much time has passed?
Yeah, thank God. I'm glad they didn't give me a cue card there to be like, 4 months later.
That would
have pissed me off.
Yeah. Why do I need to know that?
Morbius is glad that it's going to be her. He like makes it very clear. I'm glad it's going to be you that's injecting me with this. I don't trust anyone else. And then like, just to give the listeners a taste of the kind of dialogue in this movie.
Yeah.
He's like talking about something about love again. And he goes, I read it in Cosmo. Do they still make Cosmo? I don't know. What? Like, what?
Not even Oscar Whitney won an Oscar, right? Not even Oscar winning Jared Leto could pull off that line and make us believe it.
Yeah, blame the right. Like, it's not Jared Leto's fault this movie stunk. He tried his damnedest.
He went all in. So
good performance, I think, from Jared Leto.
He was just Jared Leto being Jared Leto. So
did the best he could.
So yeah, he gets on the table. He's looking even worse. He's looking pretty bad. He's all right. Skinny bones, sweater, and then she's giving him the shot of juice.
And he gives her an origami bat. And she's like, this better not be the last one I get from you.
She's like, why?
This is the important thing right now. This will be a clue in a couple scenes.
Yeah.
This will be a foreshadowed, I promise.
Yeah, it's got to come back. Oh my God. So he's like, buckle me up. And he gets... It's on the table. He starts convulsing and then he passes out, right? And then we cut back to the henchman, and one of them's like, all right, let's go check out. Oh, because the boat like shook or something, right? Like something happened. They hit some heavy water or whatever. Yeah. And one of the henchmen's like, I'm going to go check on the dock.
The experiment has gone awry.
Yeah. So yeah, he's so the henchman's like, I'm going to go check on the dock. He shows up, right? And we got Morbius on the table. He's passed out, strapped in. Bancroft is hanging out there. The guy shows up. He's being a creep, kind of total dick, you know.
I could be wherever I want, nurse. She goes, it's doctor, actually.
It's doctor.
You're still the help like me. Like, wait, what? Like, how insulting.
Yeah, right. Have a little self-confidence there, guy.
Yeah. And that's when you get and here I thought you were just another jacked up dumb shit. So like at least Martine has a couple of good lines to defend herself, I guess.
Yeah, and then alarm goes off, right? And Michael's gone from the table.
Yep.
Where has Michael gone? It's Mighty Morbin time. So he's off the table. Mm-hmm. She opens the door that goes in there, right? And he's like, where is he?
Michael?
And then lo and behold, he's on the ceiling because that's the first place you go.
Yep.
And he's just chilling up there, and henchman's like, whoa, what the? And Morbius drops down on the ground, and then she's like, don't shoot him.
It's not clear that he can like do that power until later on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird that that's the very first thing he does.
Right.
And then it's something he has to like actively learn later. But
yeah,
anyway.
It's just a forced tension, right?
And actually, so I do kind of appreciate this. It's kind of like the origin story is pretty similar to the comic books. The big difference with the movie overall and the way they show his powers, and I guess maybe this is like a nod to that or something, is like for a lot of Morbius's story, he is not in control of the abilities at all. Like he has like he basically just blacks out, turns into a vampire, and goes and kills a bunch of people, and then wakes up and is like, what have I done?
I've killed 1, 2, 3 people.
And so like they do that like this one time, and then he immediately learns how to control it. Like it's not until there's so many like interventions that have to happen in between. Like he teams up with like Dr. Connors and like the lizard guy, of course, is doing all kinds of science like this too.
Right.
And so he kind of like makes a cure for Morbius, but then the cure basically just like turns him into like a permanent vampire version of himself. Which is that really a cure?
Yeah.
But like at least he has control over it, kind of. So like he's got like a weird, complicated history.
Yeah.
Like every Marvel hero, where they like mutate them into something weird at some point and then turn them back to normal and retcon it again 5 years later.
Yeah. Like, we gotta change this up a bit.
But we fucked up, guys.
Yeah. And they kind of, I mean, they use that him not remembering when he turns. They use that as like a bit of a plot point later on, right?
Yeah.
To kind of make you think that he killed someone.
Well, right. But and then they do it and show that, oh no, he did remember, just like he just didn't do that.
Yeah.
He didn't do that crime. And so like,
the
remembering wasn't actually a part of it. Just kidding.
Yeah. They completely dissolved it.
It's very frustrating.
So anyways, we kick off the action sequence here, right? So the guy's about to take a shot at him. She's like, no, don't shoot him. And he shoots. And then of course
Obviously.
Then
I've fast forwarded through this whole scene this time around.
Yeah. So
since I had seen it before, I was like, I'm not going, but I like that scene. I thought it was pretty well done.
Yeah, I thought it was good. So she locks him into the chamber with the dude he just killed, and then he's got the face. He's like rah rah rah, and then more henchmen bros come down, right? Because the guy called them in. He's like, "Go get down there, shit's going crazy." And then he's like, starts punching the glass, whatever, and the chamber he's stuck into. More henchmen come down. She gets knocked out by one of the henchmen. He like pushes her, "Get out of the way, lady." And
which that's like we've said on the podcast before. If you get knocked out in general, it's not like the movies. PSA listeners, if you or a loved one gets knocked out, that's serious brain damage.
Yes.
Not good. Go to a hospital immediately.
So Morbius busts through the glass. We get another a lot of slow-mo stuff, movement going on, right? And he lands, he's pissed, he sees that she's knocked out, whatever, and then it's Batman killing time, right? And he just kills everyone. And then
awesome. Great scene.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. You get a little sense of what he can do and all this stuff's going on. He wakes up a bit
horror movie shot. Like it feels like, like a Predator Alien kind of vibes at time, where it's like, oh, like this guy's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like it's very quiet. And then like comes out of nowhere. And
hiding in the shadows. More like Alien versus Predator kind of. So it's not great, but it's,
right. But it's like, okay. Those are characters I enjoy.
Yeah, that's fun.
Separately.
So then definitely separately. So then he wakes up a bit later, right? No longer a vampire. He's back to human, but he is ripped, right?
What have I done?
What have I done? Oh my goodness, I've worked out so much.
I've gotten shredded.
I'm so swole. So he gets his shirt. It's just goes to check on Martine, whatever. And then he checks all the video footage and he's coming up with a plan. He's like, oh, I got to get out of here, right? So he checks the footage, wipes the footage, I believe, right?
Yep.
Sees the carnage he's committed and he's like, I gotta get off this shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Which like they're like trying to forcefully show us that he doesn't want to do this.
Yes.
He's sick at what he's done.
Yes. Which is that's good. He calls in a mayday, and then you see him jump off the ship, and then takes his serums or his vials of tasty juice. Yeah,
like Venom, but it was, I think, shorter lived. His time as a villain like evolves into an anti-hero pretty quickly in the comics.
Yeah,
so like that tracks, I guess.
Yeah. And then we get the FBI guys show up in the boat, right?
They're my least favorite characters in the whole movie. I hate these guys.
Yeah,
they're so annoying.
Yeah. They're not interesting, and it's funny that the guy who plays Rodriguez there, Hal Madrigal, he looks like Fred Armisen. At first, I was like,
a little bit. Yeah,
I was like, is that Fred Armisen?
Yeah, are we watching The Bubble again by accident?
Yeah.
Damn it.
So we get the FBI guys. They're on the case. They're
obvious nod to Venom. Haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
Well, it doesn't have to be Venom. It could be anything. And there's a lot of things that's happened in San Francisco. Not everything has to be a connection to the Marvel Universe, Jared.
No, but it does when it's Sony. See, my thing at least is in the same universe. X-Men is not.
No, they're trying their best.
We're all just trying as hard as we best.
All as we can. So, I don't know. Yeah, FBI show up. They they wipe the footage. They're obviously looking for a guy. Do they know it's Morbius or no? I can't remember.
Well, no. So they're like, oh, there's one witness, Martine. She's in a coma. Bodies are drained of their blood. And like, you know what hunts at night and drinks blood? And then the other guy's like, I just found this bat origami. You might be onto something.
It's Batman.
Yeah.
Can't be, man. Wrong universe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not everything's in. Very frustrating. Very frustrating.
And then we cut to the Milo mansion, right? Back to his pad. He's and this is where we're getting him. He's catching up all the news about Michael in the boat, right? And he's like, oh, he knows, right?
Well, Nobody knows it's Michael yet.
Well, he does. Well, Milo does.
Exactly.
He bankrolled the ship, right? So
right.
He sees the news and he's like,
but I mean, nobody else knows. Like, no, people on the news aren't like Michael Morbius doing crazy shit out in the ocean.
No, but Milo sees and he's like, oh, okay, something happened, something went wrong, right?
Yeah. And meanwhile, he's double dying. We make that known because Dr. Nicholas comes in and he's like, my pain's at an 11 out of 10. I'm the spinal tap of spinal pain.
So then we cut back to the Horizon Hospital lab there, right? Where Morbius shows up to check on, or is this? No, this is just the hospital, I think, right? He just shows up.
No, this is the same little girl in the lab there. The
Horizon labs. I meant, but he doesn't he check on Bancroft here?
No, not yet. He's checking on the little girl at the lab. He goes back to the lab.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I must have just skipped over that because I didn't care.
And he's like trying to be stealthy, and then it's like they show a weird cut of outside the building, like, oh, remember that it's this building, and then they go back inside the building. What an unnecessary transition scene. Like, we weren't transitioning, I knew where we were.
You just get right there, just put him there.
Right. So then he walks back into his lab and he starts limping again, and he's like, oh no, I'm getting worse. Let me stumble into the blood room. Drink some blood.
His legs start giving out. He's like, whoa. He slams down a nice juice cocktail there, right? A blood cocktail, artificial blood cocktail.
Yep. And then starts the timer because he's a smart person.
He's got his Casio watch, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's probably Jared Leto's. That's probably actually his watch. And he was like, it'd be cool.
It's his personality, yeah. His Casio is his personality.
They're basically the same person. So, and then we get like we get a thinking montage, I think, right now, right? And exposition.
Yep, lots of exposition.
And is this where he's exploring his powers too?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So
yesterday I could barely walk. Today, I don't know what I'm capable of. For a period of time after drinking the blood, I've got almost superhuman abilities.
You're capable of manslaughter, so
yeah, exactly. I've become something different. The bats welcome me like a brother. Anyone else they'd kill. He like goes into the little bat chamber,
chilling with them. He's like, they love me, we're like brothers.
Like, and then like a throwaway at the end, they're like, also I have echolocation. But like, the line is actually that.
Yes, and I love I just wanted to like, so stupid, bat radar for the uninitiated. Who is he talking to? Like, these are his own notes, personal notes. So who's this for? Like, why would you say that?
Well, for posterity.
For the uninitiated.
For the uninitiated, I love that.
What a jerk.
Yeah, and then they have to demonstrate us. Now they've told us he's got echolocation. We do the ball bit from the trailer.
Yes, yeah, and it's basically the same thing as from Batman, like Dark Knight, right? With the using the phones,
right?
It's the same effect too. So,
yep.
So if you picture that, but he,
the premise here, the whole takeaway is condition is temporary. He needs more blood. 6 hours. And the time is shrinking in between doses that he needs. So who knows how many days it's been at this point?
Yeah.
If he's like measuring 6 hours at a time and watching it shrink, I don't know.
Yeah. And then he does a test to see if he lets it go, right? And see what happens, right? If he doesn't cocktail up or something, he completely turns.
And then this is, I think, one of my biggest gripes about this movie. And I don't know why. I just like hate how they turn. Why did they make a shorthand for drinking blood? Like they're like, drink the red. Like they keep saying drink the red. They like try to make it a thing in the movie. And it pissed me off. Did it not make you angry?
No, I didn't catch that.
Okay. Like right now, like he's like expositioning about this, and he's like, drink the red or die. What do I do? Like what happened on the ship can never happen again.
Yeah, maybe they just thought that was a cool line. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's because the artificial blood is blue, right? It's like not red, like regular.
Oh,
blood.
yes. Yeah.
So I think he's like, I've been drinking the blue, but what if I drink the red?
Yeah.
It's like, it's stupid. I hate it. And they do it a lot. They say it many times.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't notice it,
I didn't. Yeah.
I'll point it out because it pissed me off. Drink the red. Like Matt Smith just like taunts him after the movie. He's like, drink the red. Come on, buddy.
So we're still at the lab here, right? At nighttime though, and this is when Milo shows up to check on his buddy. So he checks on Michael.
Thank God he did.
Michael's locked in the chamber there, right? And he's having a hard time. And Morbius, so he's like, "Oh, what's going on, buddy? How can I help you?" And Morbius writes blood on the glass and underlines it. By the way,
blood.
Yes. And did you notice that the very next scene that's gone? Like,
yep, I did.
It's like,
and also, what? Like, why waste that blood if you need that blood?
Yeah.
If that's what you need, drink it. Drink your own blood. What
So then Milo goes in, he gets him some blood, feeds him, right, and then we get friend conflict here, the big conflict, right? Milo's like, oh, he's like, it's like, you're strong. He's like, I need this. He kind of yells at him. It worked, He's like, well, you get to live and I don't,
Yeah. I've done things, Milo. I've killed people. I can. And Milo's like, I can make it go away. I got money. I can make all that go away, which I love.
Yeah. Not wrong.
Yeah. Almost made this one the quote for the episode was have I ever denied you anything? Have I ever said no? Haven't I always given you everything? And like, I don't know. Matt Smith's got a good, fun freak out for a couple minutes.
So they kind of kicks off the conflict between the two of them, right? And then Michael snaps and he's like, "Get out of here! I don't want you to see her anymore. Get out of here!
This is a curse. You don't want this."
And he shows his little vampire teeth. And he's like, he doesn't hiss at him, but he should have. That would have been a nice little ad.
Basically, yeah,
pretty much. So,
but then, Milo's like hobbling away, and he goes, Michael's like, Milo,
sorry, buddy,
but
didn't mean it.
He doesn't come back. Damage
is done. So then we're at the hospital where Bancroft is. FBI guys show up.
I hate the FBI.
She's awake. I just was like, she's just like, I don't remember anything. So
she's uncooperative. Yeah. Well, I love the detective here's got a bunch of stupid lines like exsanguinated. I looked it up. Now, for the uninitiated, exsanguinated means drained of blood. And then he's like showing her pictures of the murder victims. Like, those look like fame marks to you, huh?
Huh?
You guys remember these fang marks?
Oh, you're telling me you can't remember, huh? How convenient. Okay. How convenient.
It's like doing a Columbo bit the whole time. It's like, you also work with Dr. Morbius, yeah?
Is that true?
Huh. Dr. Michael Morbius? Oh.
Huh. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Appreciate your time. We'll be in touch.
Nobel Prize winning, saved hundreds of millions of lives, Dr. Michael Morbius. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be in touch.
We'll be in touch with you. Alrighty. Okay. So then we're back at the lab, right? And this is the scene from the trailer. I thought it was a kid. It's the other doctor. It's a young woman. Yeah, it's a young woman. It's
single mother.
Yeah, single mother of two.
Yeah.
And this is it's like a horror movie kind of scene, right? Where all of a sudden all the lights don't work correctly, and
kind of fun, right? Like I like this scene.
Yeah, and like in the long hallway distance, you get a glimpse of something jump around. It's to make you think it's Morbius, right? Yeah. And she's running for her life. She gets chased and she gets attacked. And it was a cool shot at the end where it's like all the way down. I like that. It's cool.
Yeah, well shot. Yeah,
but it was kind of annoying because it's like, why are the lights like this? Come on, like this is just forced bad lighting right now, just to make it.
Well, classic horror movie.
Yeah. And then we get a glimpse, and then we're supposed to think we're led on to think it's my
vampire hand.
Yes.
And then she screams in the end.
Yeah.
So, does she live?
Is there going to be more
exsanguination?
Thank you.
For the uninitiated, drained of blood.
Clearly, I can't even say it.
Bat radar for the uninitiated.
I don't know. Like, what else do we have? Are they Milo and Dr. Mike here? Are they gonna talk it out and work up their differences?
Will Columbo solve the crime?
All these questions and so many more, right? So thanks everyone for listening. We're gonna be back on Thursday with part 2 and maybe some answers to some questions, but maybe not all of them. But in the meantime,
we'll make them up.
Yeah, we'll make them up. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That, or ITMTPod on Twitter, and wherever you're listening on the Googles, the Spotifys, or the Apples, subscribe, follow.
Yeah. And while you're subscribing and following, you can also be reviewing. Leave us 5 stars, maybe a nice comment, maybe a mean comment, whatever you're into. We're up for whatever.
Yeah.
As long as it's got 5 stars, I don't really care. If you want to give us long form feedback, you've got something that you just can't express in whatever limited characters they give you on a review, send us an email. You can have as many characters as you want. Send us a small novel. Maybe we'll send it to Russ's editor. We'll help you out. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. Or you can go to our website, find all the episodes, more information about me and Russ, all our social media links, whatever you want. It's thismeetsthat.com.